All right, what's up, friends? So I did have some questions about what does my recovery day look like. I posted a video today. Uni's like, dude, what is that? That's not actually my recovery day that I posted. That was my leg day. But today's my recovery day, and typically on my like off day, recovery day is whenever I spend time focusing on my extras, for example. So I know that like I want to work on my hip mobility, or like I've been having a lot of left knee pain. So in my left knee, I've been having like a lot of like outer knee pain. So I bought this program by the Knees Over Toes guy. He has some mixed reviews, but I always like to review programs in their entirety, and he has 3 separate 12-week plans. So it's called Zero, Dense, and Standards. And I'm starting at Zero, even though I don't really have a lot of the knee pain like issues, and everything's pretty much fine. But in terms of like looking at how I review programs, I look at their equipment list and like, do they have a ridiculous equipment list? This one kind of does for its dense program, but not exactly. Like if you have a home gym with a barbell and stuff, you should be fine. And some kind of stepper. I think like the monkey feet that they require, which is like the thing you attach to your foot for weights, is kind of unnecessary. Like I'll just freaking duct tape a dumbbell to my foot for one exercise. I don't care. Or use a resistance band. So I think that that program's interesting, and when I'm looking at program 2, I'm looking at reviews, like I'm looking at the science behind it, and also just how did it help normal people, like is it user friendly? And the app that they use is pretty user friendly. So that's like kind of what I'm focusing on now, is I try to focus on like 2 to 3 things, so especially the things that affect my training. So I'm on that heavy weight split right now, and so you'll be looking at stuff like the squat, bench press, and deadlift. So that's a lot of like hip mobility, it's leg drive, it's glute engagement, like things that we all kind of should work on, and also some shoulder mobility and form cues. So I will spend a lot of time actually going through the form with like an empty bar, doing like more hip hinge, doing more foam rolling and mobility in the areas that I tend to work a ton, and drinking lots of water. I don't change my calories. Like some people are like, oh yeah, you know, I eat very little on my off days. My off days, my body recovering, like I'm taking in as much protein as I would on a normal day. Like I eat pretty much like my normal calories. You know, I'm eating at a slight deficit because I'm trying to get my body fat down a few percentage points, like 2%. So realistically, a recovery day for me would be a lot of mobility that is focused on what I'm working on. So I know that I'm trying to work on my strength, so I'm not working on a ton of flexibility. I don't want to be super flexible because I want to be as strong as I can, and flexibility and strength don't always mix together, especially in terms of hamstrings. Like I do some hamstring stretching, but not a ton of it because I don't want to be overstretched and lose some of that tension within my deadlift. So that was a long way of saying I basically foam roll, do mobility, do some strength work for the things that I will miss maybe, like glute medius or rotator cuff or scapulas. So that type of stuff is what I would do on a rest day, recovery day. Sometimes I'll do some light cardio, 30 minutes on the assault bike, walking, that kind of stuff. So don't forget about your rest days because they are important, and happy Friday, guys. Have a good weekend.